What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here. The IRS is sending a warning out to average Americans just like you. And I'm going to give you guys the details of it here in this video and what you need to look out for. Also, the surprising reason why your electricity bill may be going up in almost every single state, and you'll be surprised why. So let me give you all the details of it here in this video as we're live right here on the It's Jimmy Show on YouTube. Let me know if you can see and hear me. Type yes in the chat and let me know where you're tuning in from, your city, state, or even your country, as we have people tuning in here from all around the globe. Don't forget to hit that like button for me here, and if you haven't yet, subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you don't miss out on future videos and help me reach 500,000 subscribers. All right, with tax season right around the corner here and people expecting huge, massive refunds this year, I'll link you to a video here I did on $4,000 refunds here. But the IRS is issuing some warnings to average, everyday Americans. The first one, IRS is issuing a warning for anyone who used PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, or other similar apps in 2025. And a lot of people are concerned about this or don't even know about this. Yeah, the IRS is warning anyone who used apps or services like PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App last year. If you're one of the millions of people who use these popular payment apps, the IRS has a warning for you. You need to report those transactions when filing your taxes or risk, well, punishment from the IRS. What is a Form 1099-K? Payment apps or online marketplaces are required to complete a Form 1099-K and send it to you and the IRS each year. So this is where it's interesting because these services, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, other ones like that, are sending a form to the IRS on your activity. And if you're not reporting it, well, then you could get in trouble when you do your actual taxes. If you have a business where customers pay you directly by credit, debit, or gift card, you will get a Form 1099-K from your card processor, no matter how many transactions you've had. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be you are a business. These apps may report this because of the transactions. A payment app or online marketplace is required to send this Form 1099-K if the payments you received for goods or services totaled more than $20,000 in over 200 transactions, or people who don't meet the thresholds could still receive the 1099 from the IRS. Yeah. And all those transfers to and from people add up. Payments covering things like online community, craft marketplaces, auction sites, car sharing platforms, ticket exchanges, resale sites, crowdfunding platforms, or freelance marketplaces are all going to be covered underneath this. If you accept payments on different platforms, you will likely receive separate 1099s for each one. Yeah. No matter how you received this money, the IRS has a warning for you. You must report the income, which is making things more complicated for people and making it, more of a problem here, because if you don't report this, the IRS may know about it already, and that may mean that they think you're doing your taxes fraudulently or wrong. Quote, whether you receive a Form 1099-K, you must still report any income on your tax return. This includes payments for any goods you sell, including personal items such as clothing or furniture sold at a gain, or services you provide, the IRS says. Exceptions would be personal payments from family and friends. Even that comes with a caution. Money you receive from friends or family as a gift or repayment of personal expenses doesn't have to be reported on a 1099, isn't considered taxable income. But the IRS points to examples such as sharing the cost of a car ride or meals, getting a birthday present or holiday gift, or getting repaid by a roommate for the rent or household bill. And another problem with this is that the IRS is going to decide, likely just via computer, whether or not it thinks you have a business, don't have a business, whether these transactions are taxable, not taxable, should be reported. And, well, you just heard the information. Also, the IRS is encouraging all taxpayers to create an agency individual online account to securely access your tax information on the IRS's official website. I believe it's irs.gov. And reduce the risk of identity theft ahead of the 2026 filing, which is April 15th, 2026 for most taxpayers. The IRS said in their official press release that individual online accounts offers taxpayers bank-style convenience and security, which should provide secure access and protection against identity theft. And it makes it easier for you to manage your personal federal taxes through the IRS directly. It's also even more important this year because the IRS is ceasing paper checks. Only in a very few cases where they give, away exceptions are they going to issue paper checks. For the most part, 99.9% of people are not going to get paper checks. They're getting rid of them, and it has to be electronic, basically from the IRS to your bank or from your bank account to the IRS. No more paper checks. They say they can get lost in the mail, they can get stolen, they could get misplaced, and it's just not as secure, and it's a problem. Also, have you been noticing your electricity bill or other things like natural gas bill at your home go up? Well, there's a reason for this, and a lot of people aren't happy. Yeah, check this out. Millions of Americans are facing higher utility bills as dozens of rate hikes are now taking effect. Tens of millions of Americans are facing higher utility bills after regulators approved dozens of rate hikes last year. Regulators actually greenlit 43 different rate hikes across the United States, almost every state, maybe, I'm just going to say almost, totaling $11.6 billion in increases alone, according to an analysis by Powerlines, the nonprofit which is focused on lowering utility costs. Said the vast majority of hikes have already gone into effect, while 8 are slated to still go live in the coming months. All told, at least 56 million Americans will see higher utility bills, and adding fresh financial pressure on consumers at a time when energy costs are already a major headache. Utilities are hiking their rates to pay for repairing and replacing ailing infrastructure, costs linked to extreme weather events, volatile fuel prices, and the increase in electricity demand driven largely by large data centers. Consumers are having to absorb the cost of these rate hikes, as well as utilities' operational and capital infrastructure costs in your new monthly bills. Quote, "We're calling this the new politics of electricity, where electricity is the new eggs," referencing soaring egg prices in 2024 and 2025 that became a focal point of consumer frustration and grocery costs. While the impact of rate hikes will be felt around the U.S., residents from southern states are bearing most of the brunt. Data from Powerline shows utilities in regions requested 13 different rate hikes, with regulators approving increases totaling $8.4 billion. Powerline's actually tabulated a total of 83 rate request increases in 2025 alone. 38 are still pending, and only 2 were rejected. Yeah, so expect your utilities and electricity to continue going up. Almost makes you seem like you should have bought solar years and years ago, right? It would have paid for itself off by now. But yeah, I didn't. I'm here in Ohio. But a lot of people keep seeing these rate increases and wondering what can they do. And it is a good question because what can you do? And yeah, it just seems like inflation is persistent almost everywhere. Now, I think this is important to bring up. Every year, too many seniors learn that their existing Medicare Advantage plan doesn't cover their doctors. It's just so easy to choose the wrong plan. And Medicare mistakes can cost you thousands. Yes, thousands. But my trusted partner chapter makes Medicare simple. When you need to choose a Medicare plan, you should call these guys. Many of you already have and have saved a lot of money. I like these guys because they're independent. They're the only national advisor that compares and recommends every Medicare plan. And they've helped a lot of people save over $1,100 on their healthcare cost. People are pretty relieved when they talk to Chapter. They won't push you to get a plan that you don't need. They're really there just to help. If you're on Medicare or will be soon, contact Chapter with the phone number here on the screen or the link down below in the pinned comment. They'll help you understand the different plans, different enrollment options, and find you ways to save money on your healthcare. Click here to see the president preparing the United States for a nuclear attack on the homeland, or click here to see a deadly virus spreading fast.